Hello and welcome. We want to share with you a short update about what is happening here at Move Amazonas. Much is happening since the property was purchased in July 2020 and the original wood structure were prepared for the volunteers to begin working here. What you will see today will not be possible without a great deal of sacrifice and work, not only from our volunteers, but from many others who had given their time to come and help in the construction of this campus. The school is now serving the young people of South America because of the sacrifice of many, including those of you who had so generously provided the needed funds for the work that is being completed.
Construction here in the Amazon River Basin is a lot different than what we do in the United States. There are some unique challenges to overcome. First, because of the soft clay soil, lack of bedrock, and heavy rainfall, it is impossible to get cement, sand, and gravel, the primary building materials here, to the construction site without building reinforced concrete roads for the dump trucks. The only other alternative is to move all the materials by hand in wheelbarrows to the sites, which we quickly learned was a monumental task when constructing an entire campus. And so several hundred feet of cement roadway have been built through the center of campus to allow for the moving of building materials and traffic around the school. Another difficulty which had to be overcome is the actual building materials. Most of the buildings in the Amazon are constructed with a poor quality hollow red brick or lumber, which is expensive as it is all milled by a chainsaw and much of it is susceptible to termites. The solution for the project was the construction of a block machine to make blocks similar to the cinder blocks that are used in the United States. That is right. Before any building is made at the project, the volunteer staff spend weeks of hard work shoveling sand, mixing cement, and making blocks to be stacked and cured for the construction of each building. The block machine and these blocks are a huge asset to the project, providing us with a viable building material for strong, sustainable infrastructure, and also the possibility of a future industry for the school. The shop was the first building constructed in the project. The blocks for the shop were made in a small single block machine, and the building was completed and has now become our temporary block factory. A larger block machine has been built, and several thousand blocks have been made for the construction of the buildings that have been completed. A cafeteria and 2 staff houses were erected by one of the hard-working groups of volunteers. The houses are mostly finished. The cafeteria is being used as our classroom and meeting hall, even as the stucco is being finished and the cafeteria prepared for paint, tile, and windows. An existing wood and cement structure has been renovated and turned into a 3rd house. Ceiling materials have been purchased for the cafeteria and housing, and thanks to a generous Colombian church member, they were shipped by boat to the project. Early this year, Jeff Sutton and a group of skilled block layers and young people came to the project and completed the construction of the first boys' housing unit for the school. Walls were laid, the floor was poured, and the roof put on, and the interior walls erected just in time for classes to begin for the very first generation of Move Amazonas students in February of this year. The 2 weeks between the completion of the boys' house and the start of school were busy ones, as buildings were transformed from construction sites to living quarters. Tools were moved into the shops for mechanics classes. Basic electrical was installed in several of the buildings, and the cafeteria was cleaned out for use as our classroom and meeting hall for worship and events. Much preparation was completed as the staff shifted from construction to providing a hospitable learning environment for the students we are here to serve. The last 3 months have been an exciting opportunity to see the fulfillment of so much hard work in the training of young people for effective missionary service. Construction has not entirely halted during the last 3 months, though. I think it would be fair to say that all of our students have not only completed their chosen elective, but also have gained a great deal of practice in stuccoing walls, windows, and doorways, pouring cement, laying tile, and electrical. Their hours of work each week have been put to good use in helping the staff continue to make progress in the construction of the school, as well as the landscaping and care of the campus. This last week, the students, working with the local pastor and church, put their skills to use in a one-week-long mission trip, some distance up the Amazon River. This trip serves as a sort of final project and is completely planned and led by the student body, the staff serving only as helpers in the activities. This trip was in many ways quite different from the trips completed at our Move Police campus, due to the fact that travel here is mostly limited to boat. So tools, supplies, and personal items were all transported upriver by boat for a week of evangelistic meetings, mechanics outreach, and health expos. Many people were served and lives were impacted. We pray that this trip and those that follow will lead to the salvation of many people here in the Amazon jungle. Many expressed their gratitude. On Sabbath, one dear elderly lady explained to us that because we came to her community and fixed her boat motor, she was able to come to church. As this first generation of Move Amazonas draws to a close, the students will be leaving, tools will be moved to one side, and the shop will once again be transformed into a block factory. Blocks will be made and new volunteers are arriving as we plan to erect a much-needed girls' housing unit, allowing the girls to be moved out of the old wooden structure and into more permanent housing. We also hope to start construction of another house for student families that want to come to the school. Construction will increase over the next 3 months as we prepare for our second generation and increasing number of staff and students that we will be serving this coming August. The balance of construction and training can be a complex one at times. However, the rewards of seeing these young people being sent out to carry on the work before them is well worth it. Our prayers go with each student as they are sent out to skillfully fulfill the Great Commission and share the good news of the gospel to the whole world. We look forward to the second coming, when we can see the final results that have come from each one that has made this possible. We want to express our gratitude for each person that has given their resources to make this project not only what it is today, but what it will be as it continues to grow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
From each of us here at Move Amazonas, we thank you for your generous support, which is making this training school a reality. May God bless each one of you.